Oh, you're just on time for today's game show of Guess What These Have in Common. So, is it? They are certified walking simulators. They are the peak e-smashing experience. They have a very simple and boring formula. Or are they action-packed? If you chose any of the first three options, you would totally be correct. Now, time for round 2. Let's see what do these images have in common. Is it? The games are made to get YouTubers' reactions? Or are they made to make a fuss for people who watch videos, not who play the game? Or is it C? They become popular through social media? Or lastly, they are blowing up without a reason? Again, if you chose the first three options, you would be totally correct. Well done. Now, time for the ad break. So, from what we have seen so far, most games in this genre seem to be fairly basic and straightforward walking and smashing e-simulators, which are very popular on social media, although this opposes the question, what makes this type of games blow up in popularity? Well, let's dig deeper, and starting with the gameplay. The Mascot Horror gameplay can almost all the time be summarized to a holy trinity of sorts. You have your walking between objectives for the majority of the game, admiring the carefully crafted environments or not so carefully crafted. The necessary, very basic puzzle which is required to open a random door to progress, most times requiring you to get a few items or buttons, and the cherry on top, which will be in every YouTuber's thumbnail and intro, the chase sequence with one of the very distinctly made character, who is always guarded like some Gmod RP server admin, and which is able to die only in scripted sequences, only to come back one chapter later. Oh, chapter I hear? Right, so all these games are legally required to be released in chapters, with the first one being shorter than 30 minutes, and the last one longer than reading the whole Bible, all because it has 12 search for items quests to act as a boss fight of sorts. All of these chapter shenanigans only to maximize the hype around the game for a longer time, being able to do a constant, release leaks for 3 months, then release a chapter and repeat. This way, getting YouTubers who started making videos on it continued them like a crackhead from LA. Now that we're talking about YouTubers, it'd be a good time to talk about how these games handle marketing. The most important aspect of making sure these games will be on the top 10 scariest games for 3rd graders. So, when looking at new Mascot Horror releases, they mostly get popular to two means. The first one is the most respectable one of making sure there are at least a dozen of YouTubers and streamers ready to pump out a video on the game the second it releases. These YouTubers usually being the ones who have 1000 videos only on this genre, only for it to be followed up by the massive wave of trend-hopping YouTubers trying to get on the hype and milk out some views out of the content cow while the content is still fresh. A really good example would be Joyville, a random game of this genre which popped up exactly as I was writing the script, and you can see only from this screenshot already the wave of content creators jumping in on the hype, and it's crazy. Now, the second way these games gain raging popularity is through a more spicy way, called drama. Who doesn't love some new drama to make hundreds of videos on, 20 Twitter posts, and then to send some hate to every living person working on that game, only growing the game's popularity and, in the best cases, getting it on the news, making everyone on this planet, even your 103 years old grandma, hear about the most recent, NFT scheme or mischievous marketing tactics to make kids steal their mom's credit card to buy the newest Bun Bone Breeding Down merch. And the funny thing is, this tactic works so well. Just look at games like Garden of Banban, which makes each game look like some gold treasure in comparison. And even though it has near zero design, characters made while drunk on a Friday evening, and a story copy pasted from every game which came before and after, all of these factors made it actually popular because people started talking a lot, and I mean a lot, about how bad it is. Making people wanna check it out and making all the 5-year-olds on TikTok go, oh my god, this game is so crazy. So now that we know how these games operate, being mostly YouTube money farms to sell merch and feed YouTubers like me that juicy content monthly, let's think about how can these games improve from the status they've already got. Well, it's not such a big question considering we have seen the issues for a normal player, which is gameplay. And it can be resolved with enough care put in it. A good example of this would be a recent big release like Ruin DLC for the Security Breach game, which tried to break up the formula of walk, E, and chase, and combine them up, spice up some things with a rather limited result.
Monty! Oh. Guys, I wonder where Monty is.
But, it's a good step in the right direction. We already have chase sequences in the walking and, E smashing. And the game is more, I would say, scary, in quotation marks, because, games are made for basic 5-year-olds, so there isn't really much scary factor to it. But it's way better to improve on the gameplay and not just fall asleep while walking between the objectives. Now, I would also include the main game as an attempt to break up the formula, but the game is mostly just conceptually there. The gameplay is still basically the same cycle when, not fully broken. Now, I'm not saying all Mascot Horror games are awful pieces of garbage. Many recent titles, even if they started on a left foot, they're trying out new things, making spicier gameplay, or at least attempting to. But I really doubt the formula will ever change fundamentally, mainly because of its YouTuber and young audience focus. It's a slim chance the whole market will change overnight, but at least I hope for some releases to try jumping in the big unknown and maybe get a great result. Anyways, this video probably made half of the viewers more than mad at me for shit-talking their favorite game or something like that. But how I've already told ya, more drama is more views, so it's a win-win for both of us. Besides that, I hope you enjoyed the small rant I had about this oversaturated genre. It's been a nice experience recording a new full video since a few months, or however much time has passed since my last big upload. Well, without further ado, have a great day.